All right, let's get started. This is the conference finals. Packers and Cowboys are hot. They're probably both the favorites to win the Super Bowl. Whoever comes out of the NFC title game is going to be favored to win it all. Let's get started. It's worth noting that in real life, this game ended in this game, it was actually fought between the Packers, or this game was played between the Packers and the Panthers. This was their second year as a franchise, and the Panthers made it to the NFC title game. Also, the Jaguars made the AFC title game. Was that right? No, the Panthers made the NFC title game, but I don't think the Jaguars did. Anyway, the Packers go on in real life, and they play in this Super Bowl, and they lose to the Denver Broncos. And then it starts basically a long period of AFC domination. So this was actually, in real life, sort of the end of a long period of NFC domination. But with me playing, I think the NFC is going to maintain its stranglehold on the Super Bowl. All right. Before this game, I went back and watched my game film of Week 13 matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. And what I observed in that game to watch for in this game, I probably need to double Antonio Freeman almost all the time. If he's ever in single coverage, it seems like Brett Favre can throw him open and he'll catch the ball. He's really dangerous for them. Dorsey Levens is also quite a risk, so I think I need to have linebackers and man coverage and try to double my wideouts most plays. And Brett Favre, he's good enough to burn me with the inside guys. They run a West Coast offense, although this is Madden football. It's probably going to vary whether it's really West Coast or not. But the West Coast offense features a lot of inside hooks and streaks, plays where the wide receiver runs about 5 yards before he catches the ball, and then he's expected to get a large yard after the catch total. It's largely built around yard after catch totals. That's the theory behind much of West Coast play, behind much of their passing game, is the yard after the catch. So doubling their wideouts with safeties does leave me vulnerable to doubling their safeties, doubling their wide receivers with my safeties could possibly leave me vulnerable to inside route runners who then break it open through the middle of the field. So I'll have to see what I do, but it seems like Antonio Freeman was just beating me left and right, and then Dorsey Levens was able to gash me on the inside. Now that's a dangerous combination. You know, they have a running back and a wide receiver, just like the Dallas Cowboys do. So, you know, that's just the problem. All right. Before I even get to a double, boy, I bet the Packers wish this game was being played in Green Bay. They're still lining up in a scheme that recommends I use 3 linebackers. Yeah, this Green Bay Packer team has a lot of weapons. Mark Chmura, Dorsey Levens, Antonio Freeman. I don't even know who the other wide receiver is. And who that Henderson was that ran the ball. Dorsey Levens was known as like a special teams dynamo, speed, scat. Oh no. I don't think I did anything special to make my guy fumble. Uh-oh. Wow, I don't want to lose this game on muff punts. All All right, defense. Let's knock these guys down. What? They're knocking me down left and right. That's pretty ridiculous. I have to step up my game. This is the playoffs. I have to overcome things like punts, punt fumbles. I think they're going to run to the right. I'm attacking middle. I called the right defense to defend that. I just think that their offense was going to get it, I guess, because I was attacking with my defense right where they ran it. So if that didn't stop it, maybe if I had blitz from another side and gotten there from behind the play, I could have stopped that. But I could tell you, the best way I could stop it is not fumbling the punt return. That was really bad play. My team is going to pack it in. My fans are going to turn on me. You know, I'm just going to have to live in the Arctic Ocean by myself. I should not have returned that kick. I should not have returned that from the end zone. That was really terrible. My fans are cheering me, but they actually should be booing me. All right. Green Bay Packers have Gilbert Brown and Reggie White and a bunch of other great defensive linemen, but I have great offensive linemen. Wow. See who won that? I think the offensive line won that one. What do you think? You think Larry Allen showed up for this game? I shouldn't have called the play. I wanted to call it with 20 seconds left. Just short, huh? Well, I want to establish my identity early with the fullback dive, 3rd and short. Playing a more advanced football game, like a video game football system, I would prefer to actually do a play-action pass on 3rd and 2. But Madden98 doesn't really have a play-action pass. It doesn't do anything that I've noticed. It doesn't sucker in the linebackers or the safeties. Play-action passes are great, but they just don't work in this version of Madden. They actually work in the later versions really well, I think. If I had cut that one up to the right after I got inside the hole, I think that could have been big yardage. I'm gonna let the play clock expire. Let the time run out on the first quarter. Green Bay Packers have the lead. No, I don't want the telecom to say that. All right, let's get a touchdown. All right. Michael Irvin, Hall of Famer. He made that. There were 3 guys on him. I guess the telestrator will still say that the Green Bay Packers have the lead in the first quarter. Alright, they're really defending the run exactly where I'm running it with Moose Johnson, so I'm audibling in a pass to Michael Irvin. Man, they did a lot of zones on that play. Michael Irvin beat that zone terribly. It's like they lost track of Irvin after a while. The push I get up front, they're going to make an ESPN documentary about it one day. Alright. We can't let Dorsey Levens go wild on the kick return. Well, that was a poor kick. Wow, they returned it past midfield. Man, I have got to perform better in special teams. This is the best team I'll probably face for the rest of the season. Sorry to diss the Colts and the Steelers, but this is for the Super Bowl. Brock Marion, second interception in the playoffs. That's what you get diving for it. In real life, Brett Favre would throw those kind of picks. I'm sure he would rationalize that the field position change justified it. Just ride that guard. And that's my backup guard. That's awesome. Well, we're getting late in the second quarter, so I'll start calling my plays faster. I set my wide receiver to the left so he would lead a defender over there to the left as I run it to the right. Wow. That one dude failed to block that defender, and because of that, that was that 1 yard play. I wish I had the equivalent of a halfback dive, but it was also the fullback lead. Maybe in near. Halfback inside. Halfback inside doesn't have the fullback lead block, but we'll see. I might have a guard pull for me. We'll go to the 2-minute warning. Maybe we can choose a play before then, though. I'm looking basically, maybe an I form will have it. Halfback wham has the fullback lead my running back through the hole. That's what I really like about it. I wish I could do a halfback wham to the side with my tight end. Alright, so let's go back to the halfback wham. Let's not call it from a broken form. Now let's see if we can get my tight end to motion. No, it's just the defensive back. Okay. Well, the nice thing about this is I'm attacking the side of the defense that is kind of void of defenders. Wow. I got those guys running backwards. That was ridiculous. I'm looking for something that sends Michael Irvin way up the field. Alright, then out and up. This play, his route, takes a little longer to develop. Wow. They totally just got me in the backfield. That was embarrassing. I lost all that yardage I had gained running the ball. Alright. They are doubling my... Who are they doubling? Someone on the left side is getting doubled. Hopefully it's the slot. So they're going to regret that. Almost an interception. I would have regretted that. Man, I think they got me. They got me where they want me here. Alright. Late in this play, Michael Irvin will cut across the middle of the field, and hopefully he will have carried the receivers, or the safeties, will be carried downfield by the right side that's going on streaks. Whoa! I need to examine that on instant replay real fast just to see what that was. Alright, let's follow Irvin here. So he does, but he got jammed there. That's the part that is so unbelievable. Let's see here. Alright, right there you can see how he has inside positioning on both the cornerback and the safety. He's the person between, I mean, you can see how his ankle is ahead of the Green Bay Packer player that's trailing him and how his body is ahead. So that's why I think he catches this ball. And he jumps up. Then it's a smorgasbord of bodies. There's a gap right between the two defenders. What is going on here? There's an elbow. Boom, right there. None of the defenders looked at the ball. I don't know if that matters. The ball went right between those two guys. I mean, that is not what you're supposed to do. Thread the needle like that late. I mean, you thread the needle at the line of scrimmage. You don't thread the needle 40 yards downfield. And having that positioning on those two Packer players, he scores a touchdown. All right. That is a great play, but I'm not going to save it. All right. There's actually a lot of time on the clock, and Brett Favre is a dangerous quarterback. All right. If I can do something with my kickoff coverage this time, that would really help me. That was a terrible whiff. Green Bay is a lot tougher to tackle on kick returns than a lot of other teams are. All right. We want to double the outside wide receivers, especially Antonio Freeman. Then I'm going to take this middle linebacker and mostly play him like a safety. He went right for Antonio Freeman. Alright, too deep. I wish I could call this the Deion Sanders side and have Deion play safety, because I'm sure he could come up with an interception. Oh no. That was my fault. I took control of the linebacker and took him out of the play. Alright, I'm back to doubling Antonio Freeman. I'm actually doubling both wide receivers, but I want to double Freeman most of all. Was that a shovel pass? I didn't know there was a shovel pass in the playbook. I'm going to take control of Dion in this play. Right now he's scheduled to play a short zone. I might improv. I think they'll punt. They might be audacious with so little time left. My punt return teams have been iffy. I've made some bad mistakes. I don't know what I'm going to do on this play. Oh my god. Is that the fourth fumble on a punt return all year? And this time it's in the NFC title game. I'm so shocked. I'm just so shocked. I keep going back to my punt return. This keeps happening. I'm gonna like put Emmitt Smith back there so it won't fumble. I don't know. Maybe I just won't have a punt returner. I said that against the Eagles, and I actually did return a punt. Obviously, punts on the no-fly list again. Punt return ain't gonna happen. I can't believe that. My team, my fans, they've all given up. They're all writing me off. It's time to go home. Don't want to struggle in the parking lot. I can't believe they're in that defense. They're defending against the run. Well, they got in my face and disrupted that. That happens when I really step into the throws. Alright, this time I'm going to have a backfield, a halfback that'll block for me. Alright, the safeties are on the slot receivers. Meaning it's one-on-one for Michael Irvin. Man, these guys are getting to me. But so what? I got time. Well, let's say I'm not worried about it if I punt the ball on 4th down. Man. I'm so embarrassed by that punt. I was like debating, should I even like have the guy return the ball? He fumbles it immediately. And I have to assume, I mean, maybe I do something, but even when I don't, maybe the guy has a really bad ball handling score and he needs to be replaced. Alright, that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to replace my punt returner. It's now going to be Deion Sanders, one of the greatest punt returns of all time. So, F you, Madden98. I can't choose my punt return. Man, this B. Davis guy, I don't know what to say about that dude. His hands are terrible, or something. But I don't see punt returner as an option, unfortunately. Maybe it's an option under substitutions. So, we have to go through some formations. Let's go backwards. Kick returned, no. Field goal, punt, no. Punt block, punt return. Here we go. B. Davis. Dude, I'm going to cut you as soon as I can. Rookie, no. Bjornsson, no. Armstrong, no. Kevin Smith, almost. Deion Sanders. There we go. Next time I have a punt, it's going to be the other team that is in fear, not me. Thank you for calling that a touchback, because that was not a touchback. I think that my guy ran out of the end zone and then returned to it, and you called it a touchback. Why are they in a 3-4 defense? What kind of audible is that? I love running against 3-4 defenses right up behind my guard. Alright, I'm not going to get away from my game plan just because of some fluky punt return. I feel like I say that every game. Alright, let's get a chip in on that linebacker from the wide receiver. That wide receiver didn't go after him at all, after the linebacker at all. That was comical. I'll take a face mask. Keep running it until they stop me. I don't know that I'd ever call the fullback sweep because I don't feel like my fullback's fast enough to do a play that has him go from the left side of the field all the way to the right side of the field. Moose just isn't that fast of a guy to have him run horizontally. Now have Emmitt Smith run horizontally behind him. Oh, I thought I could break that out. Oh, I was so close to being a big play. Alright, so I'm going to run the curl drag. I'm going to be looking to my slot receiver on the right side early, and if he's not open, I'm going to look to Michael Irvin, who will be coming behind him late. Alright, just seeing what their defense is. He's open. Wow, that defensive back nearly did pick that pass off. That was another by the hair of the dog sort of pass. But on 3rd and long, we needed to convert. That's my backup guard, I think. He's replaced Nate Newton, who's out injured. But boy, getting a holding penalty against me is really devastating against my run game, but I think I can still get the yards back. Wow. I don't know why Bjornsson was my fullback on that play. Unfortunately, I actually do have to snap the ball before the start of the fourth quarter because the play clock is slightly ahead of the time. Alright, this is a Hail Mary play because they're in a run sort of defense. I think they could be vulnerable. Oh man, that guy almost intercepted that. He had perfect positioning to break that kind of play up. Alright. I'm not doing a halfback shovel. I am calling a halfback shovel, but I have no intention of actually shoveling it. They're in a zone scheme. Oh wow, I did shovel it. Well, that play happened faster than I wanted it to. It's 4th and 18. That would be, if I attempted a field goal, it would be 53 yards. If I punted it, what would I really gain? I feel like I need to basically go deep. I'm not going to gain much by punting. Alright, don't let him return it, dude. That interception was almost acceptable. I wish I had stopped him back when he caught it. Alright, defense. I really I put the game in my defense's hands. Give me the ball back. Alright, got into the backfield, disrupted their play. I'm going to double their wide receivers because Antonio Freeman, constant threat. Alright, I'm going to call the same play. Double out. In the hopes of basically stopping Antonio Freeman, the one guy that beats me over and over again. Hopefully that's holding. I am going to decline, and they are going to punt. Alright, you saw how that holding call totally disrupted. Wow, this is the Deion Sanders punt return. Alright, keep your fingers crossed. The punt return has really destroyed my team so far. I would be up by a touchdown if it weren't for my faulty punt returns. Alright, no one's catching that. I will start at the 4. Alright, this is almost ideal situation for me to run out the clock and maybe get a field goal to win the game. Let's win this game. Oh, Reggie White, he's their greatest player on defense. As a Cowboy, I can't say that I'm sad to see him out of the game, but man, that's a huge blow to their defensive ends. Still, I am sticking to the ground. When I run the ball, I don't tend to do spins or even speed bursts because I'm being very conscious about possibly fumbling the ball. So I'm not trying to do special tricks to extend the play. I want to go down on contact, no fumbles. My offensive line is so awesome. Why would I not just run behind them? I'm going to let the clock go to the 2-minute warning. So when we come back, we'll have 2 minutes left in this football game. I only need a field goal to win it, but I can't kick a field goal unless it's very close to the end zone already. I'm terrible at field goals. All right, we thought this would be a pretty intense game, and it's proving to be such. Fourth quarter is coming to the 2-minute warning. All right, so here's the keys to the game. No turnovers. If I turn the ball over, you can assume the Packers will win. That's the first key. Second key is keep the clock running. I'm going to do a strong side pitch. Grab the eye, flip it. Normal. Power weak. No, I don't want to do power weak. Power weak. Halfback strong. All right, 47. I haven't gotten so much yardage that I can safely kick a field goal or anything. I bet my fans are wondering, like, what the hell is this guy doing? He's an idiot head coach. Like the ball. Oh, Troy, no. Why was Troy Aikman running the ball? Time to call a timeout and look at our options. We're on the 25. I could possibly go for a field goal, except for I'm really terrible at them. I'm going to try to throw into the end zone one time. I'm going to match my rookie wide receiver in one-on-one on the cornerback. It's not in a one-on-one. That was almost a turnover that I dreaded. All right, I have to advance the ball at least about 15 more yards to actually kick a field goal. I think a post stop is a strong option. My best wide receiver, Michael Irvin, he's going to do a comeback hook. Unfortunately, I think he's doubled. Looking at their covers, there appears to be a zone on the left side. Or I'll take a touchdown. I was really worried about their safety dropping back into a zone and then effectively doubling Michael Irvin. However, their safety rushed the line of scrimmage, apparently in a blitz, and that left Michael Irvin on one-on-one, and then he got inside the cornerback and caught that touchdown. And I take the lead with 27 seconds left in the game.
And it's good.
All right, they had one drive in the second half. It was a 3-and-out. They only need to tie it. They have Brett Favre. I have got to keep them out of the end zone. They have all their timeouts. Terrible play call. They need to push the ball deep down the field, and they definitely have the wide receivers to do it. I think, though, I've actually prevented Antonio Freeman from catching any meaningful passes. I don't know why they have a tight end on the field. Nope. Everyone's out in a passing formation.
got a first down when they needed it. Boy, that sucks. Now they're doing the Hail Mary. It's about time. Someone tackle him. All right. That's the end of the game. He got the yardage, but not the touchdown. Excellent. Cowboys advance to the Super Bowl. We held the ball for almost 16 minutes. That was the game plan from the beginning, and it worked. 162 yards rushing, only 134 yards passing the ball. Now look at this difference. They had 90 yards passing and 6 yards rushing the ball. We did go for it on 4th down. We threw an interception. We did punt a couple times. We punted once, and so did they. Boy, they punted us all the way back to the 4-yard line. Hard to believe I got a touchdown on that drive. All right, that was a thrilling NFC championship game. I'm still pumped. Oh yeah. Cowboys beat up the Packers. If it wasn't for that fluky punt return and that fluky punt returner who is going to get cut at the end of the year, they would have been beaten 21-7. I actually think I would have scored another touchdown. So I mean, that could have. Boy, that really irks me that we gave up that fumbled punt, and they got excellent field position at the 5-yard line, and they scored a touchdown. That really burns. And so I'm obviously going to be putting Deion Sanders on punt return duties for the Super Bowl. Emmitt Smith at 22 attempts, 117 yards. That's excellent. That's actually a stat line like he used to produce. That's a pretty normal Emmitt Smith kind of stat line. Moose Johnson had 5 carries for 21 yards. Excellent. Dorsey Levens had negative yards on the game, and then this Henderson fellow had 2 yards average. 3 carries for 6 yards. Dorsey Levens had 3 attempts for negative 2 yards. Dorsey Levens is a guy that if he gets going, he can really burn you. He has a lot of speed. So I'm grateful they only attempted it 3 times with him. But, you know, I'm really grateful for all the 3 and outs I forced the Packers into. That really prevented them from ever getting guys like Dorsey Levens the ball. And then, of course, my running the ball, just running the ball, eating the clock, really just took away possessions from the Packers. They had the ball maybe 2 or 3 times in total. Once again, though, if I keep giving up fumbles on punts, I can't keep winning. Receiving, Michael Irvin was my go-to guy, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns. That is typical Mike. He makes all the magic happen in the passing game. He really does. Let's see here. What did Antonio Freeman do? Antonio Freeman had 0 receptions, 0 yards. That is terrific. That was what I came in to do. I talked about how I was going to double the wide receivers a lot, and I did double the wide receivers a lot. And those wide receivers were the guys Brett Favre used to burn me down the field in the first game. And so by doubling the wide receivers, he ended up throwing to Dorsey Levens. He ended up throwing to Henderson. Those guys are running backs. He threw to them 4 times. And he got completions to Mark Chimura, a tight end. He only had 1 completion to a wide receiver, that Quadre Ishmael. He caught the ball at the end of the game. That number 32 was also a running back. So you can see that Brett Favre only had 1 completion to a wide receiver. So doubling the wide receivers was very effective. Especially because Antonio Freeman was such a pain to my team the first time we met, that by shutting him down, I really shut down the Packers offense. And in Madden football, if you can stop the deep pass, you pretty much can bottle up any offense. All right, let's exit. All right, next week it is the Super Bowl. Colts, the Cowboys. Obviously the best teams all season. It is time for them to meet in the Super Bowl in Madden 98. All right, next week, we'll see you there.